everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah and I do videos here on YouTube. Sorry if the lighting's a little bit like funny, but I thought welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing brilliantly. Let me move my mirror out of the way. So welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I've got quite a lot of I can't talk today. Now I've got quite a lot of new people on here today, or on my YouTube right now. So let me just turn down my lighting a little bit. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you guys are like ready for the new year or excited for Christmas, depending on what time this video is up. I thought, why not? Do you know what? As it was coming up to New Year, we're now way into December, I thought, why don't I show you the products that have sort of made it for me in 2018. So 2018 has been a very big year for me. I have not enjoyed this year, however I've enjoyed the journey of this year. So I have built myself on Instagram, I am building myself on YouTube. YouTube obviously of course is a lot harder to build on, but I thought, do you know what, why don't I show you all the products that I've absolutely loved. I've tried to keep it to people that products that have been launched this year. If I can't keep to that and there's something that I enjoyed from last year that I brought into this year, then so be it. But I thought, why don't I show you the top products, all makeup products that I have loved in 2018. So some that I could probably recommend for you guys. Every product in here I use regularly, like regularly. There were two foundations this year that stuck out for me like crazy. I'm sure they were both launched this year. A lot of you guys are going to agree with me. They're two drugstore brands. Now, there's not been any high-end foundation this year that has launched that has wowed me. Literally, the only two foundations are drugstore. So one is by Makeup Revolution and the other is by Maybelline. So the first one we're going to talk about is Maybelline. I am sure this launched this year. Now please tell me if it didn't. If it didn't, then that's absolutely fine. But this foundation right here is the Maybelline New York 24-hour foundation. This is a full coverage foundation, comes with a pump. I'm in the shade 36 Warm Sun. Now I know they've changed the name, I think it's like Warm Beige or something now, but I'm in the shade 36. Oh my god, this foundation I would say to recommend to absolutely anyone. It's Super Stay full coverage 24-hour foundation. This foundation is sickening because I've gone through about 3 of these this year. I think everyone could probably agree with me. If you don't and you haven't tried this foundation before, then try it. This is good for all skin tones, all skin types. The colour range I think is pretty decent. I think it could be better, but I don't know. I've not really looked at the shade range. I do have a review on this foundation. It's like on my channel somewhere, but yeah, I've loved this foundation. I think even for the next years, this is probably going to be my favourite foundation. This is the most fullest coverage foundation in the drugstore. Like, there are some full coverage ones, but this one is the best drugstore foundation on the market. Next, onto a foundation that I know that launched this year, that's only been out for a couple of months, hasn't been out for the majority of this year, as by Makeup Revolution. Now a lot of you can agree with me, Makeup Revolution have been killing the game this year, like they've been killing the game. But I thought this foundation right here, the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation, this is what it looks like, has just done it for me. I think this is a perfect matte foundation. It's not too matte, it's not too drying. I know a few people have had issues with this, I have not. So this foundation is just giving me perfect coverage, especially when my skin is just looking good. This just makes it look 10 times better. I've had nothing but good reviews from people. Like, people have messaged me on Instagram and be like, good girl, your skin looks amazing, what are you using? This. Or people are like, I've been using this too, I'm loving it, whatnot. The shade ranges are brilliant. I think in 2019 they're going to bring out like a whole new selection of shades as well. But Makeup Revolution are an amazing drugstore brand anyway that come out with brilliant shades, so I've never had an issue with their shades at all. I'm in the shade F5 for reference. I am a reference in MAC NC25, NC27, so an F5 is around that anyway. Absolutely love this foundation. I think it's £9, so these two are very similar in price, but they both do very similar things. I'd say this is more matte than this foundation, even though they claim to be, I think they claim to be both matte foundations. Not too sure, but yeah, I just think this is absolutely brilliant. So now onto brow products that I've been absolutely loving. On my brows today, I have the Morphe Java pencil. So it's in the shade Java or Java or however you say it. But this Morphe pencil right here, this is what it looks like. Mine is like completely finished. These are only £7. This only launched a matter of months ago. Now, it came out with a set. I did get the eyebrow set. You got like a brush, a cream, a highlighting stick, a gel, and then a pencil. I also do love the brow cream as well. But let me just say, these 3 products from Morphe, which come in their brow set, are like by far the best brow products that have come out this year. So this is the Morphe brow gel in translucent. This is like the best brow gel in the world. I prefer this over the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel. We have the Morphe brow pencil, like I've just said, and the Morphe brow cream. Now the brow cream I think is either £7 or £8, and it is just as good, if not better, than the Anastasia dip brow. Now Anastasia dip brow has been one of my all-time classics. However, this brow cream has just wowed me this year, especially when I wanted to do more of a like a sharpened eyebrow. But these days I actually prefer to do a more feathery natural brow. As you can see, it's still really shaped. I think like my brows have sort of grown out a little bit. It's still like very defined in a sense, more natural defined and more like less dark and more feathery than anything, which is why I use the brow gel, because it's only this year I've actually used brow gel. Before I never ever used to. And yeah, this brow pencil is just perfect. You just get the perfect shape you want. It's really creamy, really affordable. So like honestly, I couldn't rate about these Morphe brow products more. I think Morphe this year have really killed it. I wish they could have come out with more products, but okay, now on to concealers. There has been 3 concealers this year that I have been to die for, and I cannot find the other one. Where is the 3rd concealer? Right, it's right in front of me. And there have been 3 concealers that I have like literally been obsessing over. And the first one, of course, which I think everyone and their mothers have used, well my mum has, is the Makeup Revolution Concealer Define Concealer. Now this I'm going to say very quickly, I've done a review on. Most of these products I've probably done a review on anyway. It is amazing. Like I love this to like carve my brow out, set as a base. It's a great eyeshadow base, it's a great concealer. A lot of people said they find a drying issue, but do you know what? If you hydrate your skin and you really hydrate your under eyes, you shouldn't find a problem. I think this is full coverage. It's only £4. They do come with a super size now for like £7. So yeah, this couldn't be better for me. Like it's a really good drugstore concealer. If I was to go for any drugstore concealer, it's going to be the Conceal & Define. I think from when it came out, I think it might have come out 2017. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it was this year it released. I don't quote me on that, but yeah, it might have been 2017 time. Like, but this still killed the game for me. Still killed the game. I'm sure it came out this year. This year's been like a complete blur because it's gone literally January, February and then ended the year. That's how it's felt for me. How has it felt for you? How have you found this year? But the next concealer is one that everyone has been asking me about. Literally everyone has been asking me about. But like, Hannah, like, what do you think of it? Should I get it? And I'm literally saying to everyone, I couldn't rave more about this concealer than any concealer right now, except for one of them. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I am in the shade Natural Beige. I don't know if you can see, I don't know, but yeah, I'm in the shade Natural Beige. I am the same in the foundation. Oh, if you go look at my concealer review, you will see how stunned I am. This concealer does not make it crease. The amount of product is amazing. The colour is amazing. Everything about this concealer is amazing. I think for £24, I think it is. You can't go wrong. Like I think even for the price, like the price is a little bit pricey, but it's worth it. Like it literally says super coverage. Like it is like full coverage, like full coverage. Like it's absolutely amazing. It's like I want to try and see if I can get it in a contour shade, because I know like they do it in like, it's supposed to be for conceal, contour, highlight, retouch. Like honestly, this concealer is brilliant. You don't need to use a lot. It's really hydrating under the under eye, like really hydrating. It goes really well with the foundation. I think this foundation concealer combo is like the best combo in the market right now. Like the Too Faced Born This Way concealer and the foundation are like the best foundation concealer combo. Maybe not separately, well the concealer yeah, but combo on the market right now. Like honestly, this concealer is beautiful. It's a bit pricey, but it's a concealer. I think it's the same price as the Huda Beauty one, which I'll show you next. But yeah, this concealer is absolutely marvellous and it's definitely pumped up like my concealer game for 2018. The last concealer that we have is the Huda Beauty Overachiever Concealer. As you can see, I'm in the shade Coconut Flakes 10N. It's a little bit light, but the shade range I find for hers isn't that great. It's okay, but it's not like perfect sort of thing. Like it could be adjusted, but I'm happy with it. This is like, let me just say this now before I carry on. this is nearly finished. This is the best eyeshadow base ever. Like, I know I wouldn't recommend buying it just for the eyeshadow base, but honestly, to cut creases like today, or to like do a double cut crease, or to set base, or to even an under eye concealer, this is the best concealer for like base ever. Honestly, I originally thought it was going to be the Conceal and Define, but this has changed my life. Honestly, this concealer, I've like, everything about it is just, I love. Again, I've got another review on this. All the reviews are going to be on my channel. I don't have many videos on my channel. I do sort of, but not many. But yeah, this like concealer, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's just full coverage, it does justice, it looks beautiful. Like, this is the most full coverage concealer I've ever met. Like, this is really full coverage and this is really full coverage. However, this is so full coverage. I think it might be overbearing for some of you. Like, I could just use this on a normal day, just concealer, and I could use this mainly most places, or in my T-zone, and my skin will look as if I have this much makeup on. Like, the concealer power of this is a proper concealer. It's not too drying, it's not too sticky, it's the applicator is perfect because it depuffs your under eye, but you can see how well I've used this. I love this concealer. On to powder. Another powder. This is the only powder this year, and I've only recently got this. It's the only powder I've used this year in terms of like new powder, and so I thought I'd mention it very quickly. The Huda Beauty Easy Bake. Is it Easy Bake powder? Like, I was gifted to this by a friend, but this powder, like, I've never wanted to buy it myself. I would never have bought it, so thank God my friend gave it to me, because now I know I'm definitely going to buy it. This powder, I just use the shade Sugar Cookie. It's translucent. This doesn't have any flashback, by the way. Like, surprisingly, I was worried that it was because it's white, it's going to have flashback. It doesn't. This like powder does me justice. Like, this powder and this concealer together do bloody justice for underneath my eyes, or just setting somewhere. Like, if I want to set my eyelid, I want to set my T-zone. Like, even now, I've had this makeup on for hours. My skin looks dewy-ish, but it's not oily in my T-zone at all. Like, there's no oil there. Like, it's just, like, honestly, even if I tap it now, there's no foundation on my finger. Like, it just sticks. Like, honestly, it just, I don't even need to use it for baking. Like, I really don't. But it's just the perfect setting powder. I think you can't go wrong with this. It's a bit pricey for £28, but it's a bloody good powder. Now onto contour. I only have two actually. Actually, I only have one like contour thing this year that's actually done me justice, and that I've really enjoyed getting. Like, I've actually really enjoyed it. It's been used and abused, but I really enjoy it. And it is this is like a compact version, so they do have them in bigger palettes, but this is like the half and half, so it's a bronzer and contour in one. So this is the Morphe Bronzer. Like, they came out of the bronzer. It's like a bronze and contour like little compact, and I'm in the shade Vlogger. And if I open it for you, this is what it looks like. So it comes with a bronzer and a contour. Like, this just gives me like, it's a really beautiful colour for my skin. I think they come out of a whole different coloured range as well, like shade ranges, but I think this year, like, it comes with like a shimmery bronzer and like more of a contour shade, but they're both more bronzy than contour. They're more warmer than cool. You can get cooler ones in the section, but I wanted more of the warmer one, because I like my skin to be more warm than cool. If it looks cool, I look really ashy. I think it's to do with my undertone, but this is just a beautiful contour. If you like more of a warm bronze goddess like me, I'm not bronze goddess, I'm just saying I like to have a warm bronze skin, then you're going to want this. And it's only like either £12 or £14, but obviously you can use 10% off any discount code on Morphe, so I couldn't recommend this more. There's not one contour palette or contour bronzer or anything like that these days that's hit the market other than this one this year that has done it for me. Like, honestly, there's not one. So yeah, this is definitely a yes from me. Now onto like the last face product. Like, this, if you don't have this right now, I'm not going to open to you because I've actually broken mine. I've broken it sort of. But this palette, this little beauty right here of everything here has made it for my year. Like, I am a highlight junkie, as you can see. Like, your girl loves, the highlight I've gotten today is the Jordana T-shirt Cosmetics in this like shade Stella. This is like a beautiful goldy-ish highlighter, very similar to the one I'm going to show you now, but a little bit more like goldish in a sense. This highlighter right here by ABH, Anastasia Beverly Hills, and their collab, you guys know already. This highlighter has made it for 2018, like it really has. So we are talking about the Amrezy, the Bloody Reezy highlighter. I don't know, it's sort of broken, so I don't want it to fall out, but that is what I'm talking about. I've used this practically nearly every day. It's slightly broken, so I don't want it to fall out. But this highlighter has made it for 2018. Like, you could not have a better highlighter this year. If I show you on my finger, like this highlighter, oh, if I put a little bit on, if I just put, oh, just put it on my nose, on my cheek, and just adding a little bit more to the places where I put highlighter. This is just, oh, I love it. Like, oh, there's a bit much on there, but who cares? I'm a highlighter junkie. This highlighter this year has just done it for me. Like, it's the best highlighter of 2018. I know it's only a limited edition, so I'm going to try and see if I can get myself another one so I don't run out on it. But this, like, freaking highlighter here is gorgeous. Like, absolutely gorgeous. I've used this continuously. Once again, I've got a review on this to show you how pigmented this is. Back in the day when I wasn't that great at makeup, even now I'm not great, but I'm okay. So yeah, that like highlighter has made my 2018. Out of everything here, this is the best product of 2018, may I just say. Like, I just have to like hold the door for Amrezy, because this has like paved the way. What? Yeah, you know what I mean. Now onto eyeshadow. Now, you know your girl is like eyeshadow obsessed, and that's like probably what I've got most of. Probably got more of like foundations, but eyeshadow this year has done it for me. Now, I'm just going to basically talk about 3 palettes. 2 of them are by the same brand because I love the brand, and I will religiously stick by the brand because I think the brand is amazing, and that's what makes the product amazing. Now, this first one was like one of my first ever PR by a big brand, in a sense. Now, you're going to see how much this palette is loved in a minute, but a lot of you may not heard of, but I think you guys should, because they're like a really growing brand right now. Sample Beauty. Now, Sample Beauty do the best. Let me just put this down for a second. Can we just say, right? Sample Beauty do the best pigmented, like they're the best of formulation, pigmentation, colour payoff, how they work, how they blend, everything about you, everything you'd want in an eyeshadow if you're like a makeup artist or if you're someone that really likes colour. And Sample Beauty do the best formulation of eyeshadows I have ever seen. Now, let me just say, this palette right here, which is just like hideous because it's dirty and used, this is the Cult palette by Sample Beauty. Let me open this for you. You can tell this is like my most used palette ever. This palette is gorgeous. This is the Cult palette. I don't know if you can see, that is what the palette looks like. That is what the palette looks like. Da 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 da. This is beautiful. Like, it is beautiful. You can get this on the Sample Beauty website. I think you can use like hstluce, like my Instagram name, for 10% off. I think it's that code. If it's not, it's like hstluce 10 or something like that. You can look on, if you click on my highlights on my Instagram, it'll probably come up anyway. But yeah, this palette right here, these 3 shades right here, I don't want to put my finger in it. These 3 shades right here have made the 2018 best pigmented shades ever. This is just goals. Like goals. This should be a thumbnail. On another one of Sample Beauty's palettes, which is right over here, if I can grab it, oh, everything's falling, is the Sample Beauty Paradigm Shift palette. Now, there was 2 versions of this. There is 2 formulations. One, the volume, so they called it Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 2 is the exact same formula as the Cult palette, but Volume 1 is for a little bit more subtle, like, pigmentation and formula. So that like people that don't want intense formula or don't know how to work with intense pigment can work with more subtle pigment, which Volume 1 actually reminds me of Morphe shadows, which you really have to work with, even though they're really good. But if you want something intense like the Cult palette, and you like the Cult palette, this bad boy right here, they kindly sent this to me. Look at this. Like, if you just love colour, right? Oh, isn't this just like, why is no one going mad? Like, they're going mad over the James Charles palette and no one's going mad over this. Like, I know there's more mattes than shimmers, which I love. Like, that's why I love the brands. Like, I think because they do pigments and that already, they're for like shimmers and inner corners and all that detail. This is just beautiful. Like, this is just bloody beautiful. Like, look at this palette, people. Like, everything about this palette is just to die for. Like, literally everything about this palette. There's nothing on here that you wouldn't want. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can make anything. You can make more of like a maroony, like, neutral look. You can probably make some purple, some blues. You can make some really vibrant colours. You've got everything. I know they've come up with the third palette, the Tectonic palette. I'm hoping to get that for like Christmas or something. So, you know what's on my wish list, people. So if you're not seeing this, pigmentation of these are just another level. Look at that. It's just another level of pigmentation, people. Another level. Like, that was just one swatch on my, obviously fingers and eyes. I can just do that Mario thing, but I'm not going to do it. Might have to. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Last eyeshadow palette, which I'm telling you now is so underrated. Like, so many more people need this palette. Now, it's by Morphe and it's their Morphe 35 palette. Now, a lot of you are going to be like, yeah, but it didn't look nice in person. You can tell I've used this. The Morphe 35M, the Boss Mood palette from Morphe is the best Morphe palette they've ever come out with. Like, forget the Jaclyn, don't come for me now. Like, don't get me wrong, the Jaclyn Hill palette was so nice. I love that. But for 2018, forget the 3502, forget the James Charles palette. The 35M Boss Mood palette is goals. Look at the greens. I've never met such good greens. Like, these greens right here, these like khaki type greens are beautiful. I'm gonna end up breaking the palette. These burgundy pinks are gorgeous. These purples, like, it's more of a green, burgundy and purple palette, but this is like a bluish, like a blue purple black, which is gorgeous. I'm telling you now, it's the palette of the year nearly. Like, if it wasn't for Sample Beauty's palettes, this palette is gorgeous. Like, when I saw it, I was telling everyone, yeah, I'm going to get this palette. And they're like, but why? It's not that great. What? Like, you need this. I'm thinking of even getting this for a giveaway for you guys. Honestly, I really want to get this, like, this for you, like, for you guys, because this is a good, like, good eyeshadow palette. Onto lippies. There are 3 lippies that, like, there's 3 shades and 3 formulas that I love. Now, the first one's a liquid lipstick, like a matte liquid lipstick. Now, this is a little bit on the more expensive side. These are all like, one's drugstore, sort of, and the other 2 are more higher end. So the first one is the Dose of Colours Knock on Wood. This shade is beautiful. I'm wearing it on today. If I put a little bit more on, sort of this, like, I don't know what to call it. It's more of a bricky shade. It's a slight brick shade, but it's like a more of a, like a brownie nude. But like this on caramel, like this, it's more of a caramelly shade. This from the Dose of Colours is like to die for. Like, this is the first Dose of Colours liquid lipstick I've ever got. It's the only liquid lipstick I've ever got from Dose of Colours, but the formulation, it's the best matte liquid lipstick formulation I've ever tried. Like, forget Anastasia Beverly Hills because they dry on me. Forget the Morphe ones. Forget the Makeup Revolution ones, even though they're really good. Like, this formulation of the Dose of Colours liquid lipsticks are the best formulation. Like, I haven't tried loads of them. I haven't tried the Jeffree Star. I haven't tried any of that. But this formulation right here from Dose of Colours is to die for. So you guys all need to get your hands on it. But the next one is something that I was going absolutely crazy for, and it's the NYX lingerie gloss. Now, I know they have the lingerie like matte series, but this gloss in the shade Sable, like, this year I've been a glossy girl. Like, I've been a glossy girl. Now, this is more of like the same sort of shade as the Knock on Wood. It's in the shade Sable. You won't be able to see it, but if I just put this on my lips, like, this is the best gloss. Like, it smells yummy, it is yummy. Like, I love this. Like, this gloss is to die for. Like, honestly, I think it's like £7 or £6 or something, but I think this is the best formulation of gloss. Stays all day, except for if you're eating and drinking, because gloss comes off anyway. It's not sticky. Looks really nice on the lips, as you can see. I don't know if you can see if I come up closer. It's like a really nice formulation on the lips. So, excuse my eczema, I have eczema on my lips. So, yeah, like, if you guys have tried this, if you've not tried it, I would definitely try getting the shade Sable. It's a really beautiful shade. So, yeah, that is this, like, yeah. Last one is a new one, but I knew like I'm just going to be addicted for this, and I don't know if it was out this year, but it must have been. It must have been, I must have been last year or something. Now this is the Huda Beauty Lip Strobe in the shade Angelic. Now this is just, oh, this on any lipstick, like it looks pinkish or purpley, but it really gives like a really nice natural gloss, iridescent, mwah, like mwah. It just really is this gloss on top of anything. It comes off more pink in the bottle, but it has this iridescent look to it. It's probably because I've got lipstick on it as well, but this has to be like one of the best formulas for like strobes or like lip glosses ever. Rave more about this Huda Beauty formula. Huda Beauty's been a great brand this year. A lot of them have been anyway. So yeah, that was everything that I've loved. Like I've literally stuck by it and used a lot this year, or coming to the end of the year, something, a product that's basically stuck with me. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you've had any, like what have your favorite products of 2018 been? What products, is there any of these products that I've loved that you don't love? Is there anything that you agree with me that you love this year? Please comment down below. I'd love to have a little chat with you. Also please follow my Instagram. My Instagram is at hanstluce. I hope all of you have a lovely Christmas and lovely New Year, depending on what time this video comes out. I love all of you, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.